A man and his attorney reached out to LEX 18 last week about a lawsuit with disturbing allegations of how he says he was treated at a Frankfort hospital during a medical emergency.
This is video of him in the ER that night. The night hospital staff called police on him. Our LEX 18 Investigates team immediately looked into what happened and why he was led away in handcuffs.
Lee Searcy has more on what they found in this LEX 18 Investigates.
June 16th, a 94-degree day in the middle of a heat wave. Patrick Holland was working the overnight shift at a Frankfort plastics factory when he says the heat inside the plant made him sick and dizzy.
I remember just having this horrible headache.
The 27-year-old was rushed by ambulance to Frankfort Regional Hospital for a possible heat stroke. But before long, police were called.
Who brought him in?
Okay. EMS.
From?
His work as a heat stroke because he was found in the bathroom unconscious. We Narcan.
Hospital medical records provided to us by Holland show staff treated him for dehydration and a drug overdose, not heat stroke.
I needed medical care, and I don't partake in those kind of substances or whatnot.
As you can see, Holland sat unresponsive and unable to speak.
When he chooses, he's fine.
But instead of further treating him, medical staff called Frankfort police when he wouldn't leave the hospital.
Be careful, he's covered in vomit.
I was trying to read his name tag.
He said, "Ooh, drop it."
He said, that's all you gotta say.
I don't need none of that.
No, and he stinks.
This is police body cam video given to us by Holland and his attorney.
Hey Patrick, again, I'm Officer Childers. I'm a police officer. I'm now asking you to leave this hospital. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trespassing.
Officers ended up helping Holland walk to the police wagon, and he was hauled off to jail on a charge of third-degree criminal trespassing. The police report stating hospital staff said he was refusing to leave the property. The Marine veteran says he had never been arrested before and that he's never used illegal drugs.
When you first saw that body cam footage, your thoughts?
Extreme anger.
What else?
After the fact, I started becoming sad that I can't even, trust these professionals to help someone that's not able to speak. All I see is this scared man sitting there fighting for his life. No one was really advocating for me.
According to the lawsuit, Holland was taken from the hospital to police custody to the jail, and no one intervened. But remember, police and jail officials got medical clearance from Frankfort Regional. It wasn't until Holland was brought here to Georgetown Community Hospital that he says he got the treatment he needed.
There's a lot of people around me when it should have been just a simple hospital visit for heat stroke.
Holland says the Georgetown Hospital ended up transferring him to UK Med Center, where he stayed for 3 days because of the severity of his condition. He remembers very little from the scare.
Kind of like a fog over my brain. I got a vent down in my tube or in my throat. I'm not able to really speak for the first bit of it. So I'm really just listening to everybody's recollection of what happened.
You look at it and you're like, there is no way that this is really what transpired on that evening.
That's Holland's attorney who filed the lawsuit on Holland's behalf. He says it appears there was some complacency and assumptions made.
That's the system's failure right there. There's got to be double checks on people, whether they hold a license, a badge, or a set of keys to open a jail door.
To me, it seemed like they might have just looked at me and been like, he's a druggie. I think it was a quick decision on their part. They didn't really do anything to figure out if I was actually on something.
Now, we started asking Frankfort Regional questions last week. In late Monday afternoon, we learned that some hospital employees
were indeed fired. In a statement, a spokesman wrote, "Our goal always is to provide exceptional care and to treat everyone with compassion. We regret that we fell short in this instance. We terminated the employees involved and apologized for the way Mr. Holland was treated." And they went on to say that they provided additional training for staff to help ensure that this doesn't happen again.
But Lee, is he still facing a criminal trespassing charge?
Yes, he is. In fact, Nancy, he is due in court on that charge October 4th. And I should point out that Holland is also suing Frankfort police for excessive force, claiming officers were too rough when arresting him. His attorney says Holland wasn't a threat to anyone and didn't need to be arrested. Larry, Nancy, back to you.
Right, Lee, thank you. And we reached out to the Frankfort police chief about the lawsuit.
Yeah, and he says that he cannot comment on pending litigation.
We'll stay on top of this one for you.